Good afternoon. The time is 4:01. I'd like to call to order the Monday, November 20th meeting of the Traffic Authority. We have a quorum with Commissioner Fran Collier-Clemens, Commissioner Tony Lopez. First item on the agenda is public comment. Do we have anybody here wishing to address the Transportation Authority?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. This is Kevin Smith with Connecticut Custom Carts, and we're here to make a quick presentation to you today.
Yes, we have a 3-minute. I saw the lengthy publication or presentation you were going to make. That's a little bit much for the commission to digest right now, so we're going to table that, but you can have 3 minutes to talk about what you eventually want to talk about.
Yeah, we pared it down to a smaller presentation, so I'm going to turn it over to Fior, who will then make that presentation and kick us off.
Okay, thank you guys. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time today. We'll just take a few minutes. We'll walk you through our proposal for regulating golf cart use.
No, that item is off the agenda. We just want to get your input as to what you'd like to talk to the commission about, and then we'll take a look at your presentation, because right now to go through that entire presentation is a little bit much for us. So we're going to table that item, but you have 3 minutes to tell us what you'd want to tell us in the future.
Okay. So the purpose of our coming to the Traffic Authority is to present a proposal for regulating golf carts in Norwalk. What we've put together for you is a presentation. That's the deck that you've seen, as well as a 20-minute video of an extended presentation that talks about the benefits of golf carts, the extensiveness of our research on the regulations, what our regulations cover, and some kind of next steps approach. So what we wanted to do in the call was to go through some of that material with you, so you have a better idea about where we are in the process. And what our regulation looks like. It really, we don't really need 3 minutes to talk to you about that, unless there are questions that you have about what it is that we are attempting to accomplish with the regulation.
What we'll do is the police or the Traffic Authority now has your presentation. They'll take a look at it. We'll sit down and discuss with the police department and TMP to talk about where Norwalk wants to go with this.
Okay. And we've got, again, we are here to be a partner with the city of Norwalk in terms of looking at that regulation, as going through and doing edits on the regulation if you'd like us to. We've gone through the regulations throughout the state of Connecticut. We have pulled the best of the best in terms of the language and forms and process for that. And we believe that we've got a really good baseline for Norwalk to look at. So we're looking forward to having you take a look at it. The Traffic Authority is the regulatory body within the municipality that can make a decision about regulating golf carts, because that comes from the state statute. And we believe that it's something that could move quickly if the Traffic Authority thinks it's something you want to move forward with.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We'll take a look at it, and we'll have discussions. Then we'll figure out how Norwalk is going to move forward.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't right now. Does anybody have any questions for?
I have no questions. It's quite detailed and lengthy, and I need more time.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. Is anybody else that wishes to address the Traffic Authority?
There is not, Mayor.
Okay, so we will close public comment. Next item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the meeting of October 16th, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I move approval of minutes.
Approval moved by Commissioner Collier-Clemens. Do we have any corrections, omissions, deletions?
I have none.
I have none either, ma'am.
Okay. Hearing none, all in favor of the minutes as submitted?
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries. I will need a motion on item 2 to table until a future date.
I move item 2, presentation of the golf carts on Norwalk streets at a future date.
Okay. Motion been made Motion to table is not debatable. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that'll be carried off at another date. Next item is the full road closure for the Boston Build-Up 10K. Who's going to handle that?
Mr. Mayor, we have Rebecca Kovacs and Jim Gerwick from the Parks and Rec Department who will be talking about that.
Excuse me, is this item 3?
Yes.
Yes. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
We
Mayor.
need to,
We need to-
we need to move that
Right. If you'll move that, Commissioner.
out. I move for discussion, item 3.
Okay. Now it's open for discussion.
Hi, I don't think Jim is here, but I can speak on it quickly for him. It's an annual event that happens every year. It starts at Brian McMahon. They run and then return to Brian McMahon. And they do close roads for it. And it happens every year. Yeah, we put in the special event permit already. It's in January, and anything else, just let me know and I can ask Jim if I don't know the answer to it.
Well, it says full road closure. I don't think that means closing down the roads completely. Am I correct?
You know what, I don't know, because this is Jim's event, and I don't think he's here on he was supposed to come, but I don't think he's here right now.
Mr. Mayor, based on our understanding, it's no different than it was any other years, and I think it was partial road closures for it. Based
Just
on
partial.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like it's from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that would be a long, full closure of roads
Yeah,
for that
that's a day.
entire area. People wouldn't even be able to get out of that area. Any questions from the commissioners?
If this is the same as it was in previous years or last year, I think that if we could change the wording to partial road closure rather than road closure.
Yeah. I think we can give authority for the partial road closure, not the full closure of the road. We just want to clarify that and verify that that's the case.
Okay, I can go back to Jim and just double check, but it probably is partial road closure from what it sounds like.
All right, so Commissioner Collier Clemens, would you amend your motion to reflect that?
Yes, I amend my motion for the road closure for the Boston buildup, depending upon the results of speaking with whoever that person is. Jim?
Jim Gerwick, yeah.
Yes.
That it will be a temporary road, a partial road closure.
Yes.
Okay, any other comments or discussions? Police Department, any concerns?
No concerns, Mayor.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item, item 4, who will move that forward?
I'll do that, Mayor. Item 4, I move that item 4, road closure for Jingle Bell 5K, Capastra Beach Road, Marvin Street, Gregory Boulevard, Marion Avenue, River Drive, Roland Avenue.
Okay, who's going to present that?
I can present that one. That's the annual race that Recreation and Parks puts on every year. We start at Calf Pasture, run around. We do almost, I guess would be a full road closure because we need the runners to be able to safely cross at certain areas. And then it's only it starts at 9:15, so it's only probably all told done in about an hour and a half.
And that would be the same issue that we would require a partial road closure as opposed to the full road closure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Commissioner.
Yeah, I understood Rebecca to say that this would require full road closure because of the runners. Did I hear it correctly?
Yes, but I think that, I guess we could do a partial road closure, because if we're not. I think the runners are, the direction that they're going, I mean, we could do a partial road closure if that's what you're requesting.
Yeah, if it was not a partial road closure, the people down where it says Club and Charles Creek and all that,
Mhm.
they couldn't get out.
Okay, so then we'll do a partial road
Yeah,
closure.
they wouldn't be able to get out up there. Yeah, it'd have to be a partial road closure.
Okay, we'll do the partial road closure for that.
And-
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
go
I had
ahead,
a-
Commissioner.
I had a question. Rebecca indicated that it'll be only an hour and a half, but the setup, doesn't that include the setup start time at 8:30?
Yeah, so yes, I'm sorry, we do set up at 8:30 and then, we're finished by 11:30.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions? Any concerns from the police department?
No concerns. We do this race every year.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Item 5, who will move to item 5, approve extended no parking?
I move item 5 for discussion.
Okay. Item's been moved. Who's going to handle this? TMP?
Our junior engineer, Nathan Fancannell, will be talking on this one, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Hello, Honorable Commission. This item was brought to our attention by the business owner at 258 Main Avenue in the image shown on the screen. It is at the corner of Main Avenue and Maplewood Terrace. What we're proposing is to remove parking where you see the red line. It's about 2 parking spaces on Maplewood Terrace between 2 different parking lots that are owned by the business at 258 Main Avenue. The company brought this to our attention because of a poor sight line when vehicles park at the proposed removal of parking area. This image is in a letter that was brought to the property owner's attention, and they signed it in support of the removal of parking at the proposed spot here in the image.
The property owners you're referring to are at that 258, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Any questions from the commission or the authority?
So is the attention to this issue brought by residents, or was it brought by the owner of 258?
By the owner.
But again, the residents signed off or agreed to a septic, correct?
The property owner that is affected by the new restriction
At
signed off.
258.
Yes.
Okay.
So is this parking lot, is this a business or
It's a business, yes. They're a window company.
okay.
So you're talking about 44 and a half feet?
Yeah, it's about the length of 2 parking spaces.
Any other questions from the authority? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Item 6, 7, and 8 are all pretty much the same. Who's going to move item 6?
I move item 6 to approve the OSTA letter for speed limit change to 25 miles per hour in East Norwalk, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, 4th Street, 5th Street, Hawkins Avenue, Edgewater Place, and New Street.
And I know Mr. Benjamin is here to speak on all 3, so if you could give us a briefing on that.
Of course, Mr. Mayor. So all of these letters are to just change the current city speed limit for a road without a clarified speed limit is 30 miles per hour. To change the speed limit, we have to go in front of OSTA, the Office of the State Traffic Administration. So all of these roads, we are going to be changing from 30 miles per hour to 25 in all three of the letters. We just organize them by neighborhood, so it'd be easier for OSTA to understand and give us some smaller letters to send them. The idea here is just to create better traffic operations in these neighborhoods. If you'll notice, all of them are side streets that we're asking for the 25 mile per hour designation, so that the major roads are separated from those side streets. This will also allow us to sign these side streets as 25 mile per hour if residents are requesting speeding issues, and we have had some speeding issues in these streets, as well as allow the police to have easier enforcement, as they can enforce a 25 mile per hour street if it's 30 miles per hour, and the residents are, of course, requesting that they go lower than that. So this will help us in terms of both signage and enforcement.
Questions on item 6? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Who's going to move item 7?
I move item 7 for changing the speed limit to 25 miles per hour
Okay.
on the designated roads.
Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And who's going to move item 8?
I move item 8 for change in speed limit to 25 miles per hour on the designated streets.
Okay. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 9 is who's going to move item 9?
I'll move item 9. I'll move item 9, approve no parking on Belmont Place.
Okay. Mr. Benjamin?
Yes. So commissioners, this is Belmont Place. The northern section of the street is already signed as no parking. We'll be adding the southern section to be signed as no parking. We've had a number of requests from the residents with issues with commuters who are parking on the street and keeping their cars there and not moving them, as well as the street itself is only 22 to 24 feet wide. So just operations of a two-way street does not allow for parking on either side, as well as with the Rowayton parking lot, the southern Rowayton parking lot needing to be able to use the street to get in and out. There's been issues with vehicles going to park to use the train and then not being able to get in or out of the street. So this is so some residents had come to us and asked for some no parking signs. Some of them have been doing them themselves as well. So we just wanted to formalize this so that this is how the street should operate, to allow for better operations of vehicles entering and exiting the train station parking.
So when you say the residents, to be clear, those are the ones on the south part or
Yes,
lower
Commissioner.
part of that diagram there?
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay. Was it the majority, all of them, or just to get a sense of?
Based on the ones that reached out, it was 3 of the houses there. I think there's about 6 houses based on this image, so 50% about.
Have the others been contacted to let them know that this is going to happen?
No, Mayor, they have not, but we can.
Yeah, generally that's what we require, just in case there's any objection.
Understood.
Any further comment or discussion?
Well, the only discussion I have is that is a narrow street, and parking on that area really does restrict smooth flow through there, in and out of the parking lot for the train station. So I would be inclined to agree with it after the residents, the other 50% of the residents are notified.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be my question. So this motion gets tabled, or?
No, I think if they notify the residents and tell the residents that if they have any concerns to draft an email or something to us, so we could bring it back for discussion if we had to.
Okay.
We need a time limit on that too.
Yeah, why don't we say before before the next commission meeting, authority meeting,
Right.
We'll have it on the agenda for a follow-up discussion, informational item.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you,
Any
Commissioner.
further comments or discussion?
I have no.
I have none.
Okay, all in favor of item 9 on the parking regulations?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next meeting is Monday. Oh, no, we have to go off the
there's
agenda. I'm
and
sorry. Go
Commissioner,
ahead.
there's one additional item that was brought
Ye-
forward as a request of the commission to consider, and it is the Norwalk Fun Run.
Well,
And
let's
it's taking
have
place
a
on
motion. Let's have
December
a
2nd.
motion first to go off the agenda. To
I
add an
move to
item.
go off the, I move to go off the agenda to add an item.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now, Mr. Balella.
Yeah, Rebecca Kovacs is here as well, and I believe she can speak to the Norwalk River Fun Run. But my understanding is that it needs commission approval because it needs to obtain a special event permit from the state, and it does not impact the capacity of the roadways, but there will be residents crossing as participants of the event.
Mm-hmm. And this is something we do every year, correct?
Yes, it's an
Mhm.
annual event. So we don't close any roads for it. The runners run out of Vets Park on the sidewalk and around. But we do need to keep the Straffolino Bridge closed for a short period of time, about a half hour, and the DOT requires traffic approval so we can get a highway use permit.
Okay. So, Garrett, if you could read the motion that we'll have to make.
Yeah, so it would be a motion to approve the Norwalk River crossing, or sorry, the Norwalk River Fun Run on December 2nd at 10 a.m., which does not include the closure or which remains the Straffolino Bridge closed.
Okay, so that is the motion. So who wants to move that?
I move to approve the Norwalk Fun Run on December, I'm sorry, I forgot the date, December
2nd at 10
December
a.m.
2nd at 10 a.m.
Okay. Any further questions or comments?
Are there going to be any partial road closures or what? I mean,
No,
if you go over the bridge, something has to happen there.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. The none of the roads are closed. What happens is they run around inside of Vets Park. They run to the entrance of Vets Park, and then they're escorted across the street by Norwalk Police, and then they continue to run over the bridge, over the sidewalk. So we don't have to close any roads at all. They're escorted across the bridge at one point by the police.
So will the park itself be closed?
Vets Park? No, yeah, we don't close the park.
Not what I meant is to any others or just, I'm trying to understand the restrictions for the park, if any.
We don't have restrictions of the for people coming into the park, no.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Any comments or questions from the police department?
No, sir.
Approximately how large is this event?
If it's a good turnout, we do it in conjunction with the Norwalk Public Schools, and Recreation Parks co-sponsors it. We can get anywhere from 500 to 700 people.
Further comment or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Now, the next meeting is Monday, December 18th, 2023 at 4 p.m. via Zoom. The time is 4:25. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I move for adjournment.
Favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. We are adjourned at 4:25. And now we have to switch over to the police Zoom.